The relationship we have with God is the same relationship you have with yourself. This is one thing I learned that was really irritating at first to take in. It was probably irritating to hear it as well, just off the bat, but hear me out on it. So, when you think about, I've got a couple Bible verses to back this up, right? If we look at the Bible from a metaphysical and esoteric standpoint, it says in the Bible that we are the temples of God. It even says in the 40 Hadith, it's like an Islamic Bible or an Islamic wisdom, basically. It says, Allah said, I am as my servant sees me. So essentially what Allah and God is saying is, okay, first of all, with the Christian Bible, God is saying that He dwells within us. Therefore, God is taking up our space. He's taking up our shape. Whatever we are as the cup, like imagine us as a cup and God is the water that's being poured into the cup. So whatever we see ourselves as, however we treat ourselves, our relationship with ourselves is the same way we're treating God. So if we see ourselves as small and weak, we're putting God in that confined space. But if we see ourselves as like large and, I can do anything, God will be able to do anything in turn. It's basically like believing in yourself. Like, you can't sit in two chairs at once, basically. You can't say that, oh, my relationship with God is great, and then you hate yourself. You hating yourself is disrespecting God in a way. And as far as I see it as we are gods, literally. Like, no, not literally gods, but metaphysically, God made us in His own image. We are children of God. We are evolving into that God. Obviously, when we're born, we don't start off as gods, but we're gonna grow up and evolve and go through life and experience life, find new ways to express ourselves, and eventually reach that point where we realize who we truly are. So at that point where you realize who you truly are, you're gonna have to hold yourself in a high regard and high respect, because God is nothing but peace, love, joy, abundance, everything good, everything blessed. You know what I mean? And if you don't see yourself that way, you're not claiming your birthright, essentially. If we're sons of God, then everything that God is should also be our birthright to claim. We have the ability to express those things too, and you have the ability to express those things. I have the ability to express it, and that's why I believe God put us all on this earth. Because we're all not the same. We're still one because we come from the same God. We all view God differently, but we all still come from the same God, and we're all one. And God has put all of us here so you can express your God self, your version of how you see God. That's how you're expressing it right now on this earth. How I see God is how I'm expressing it right now, by making videos, I study in university currently. What else do I do? I make eggs for breakfast every single morning without fail. And I've been doing this for the past, oh my days, how long have I been? I've got to go back to my camera roll and check. But I think I've been making eggs every single, and I'm talking 9 eggs, 7 eggs minimum, 9 eggs at most. I used to be eating 12 eggs at one point in my life, but then I came back I went back home for Christmas, and my mom saw me crack 12 eggs in a bowl. She damn near almost slapped me in the face. She said, no, we're not doing that here. So I had to stop. I had to like cut down. That's when I clocked I was doing too much. But this is when I was very like gym oriented, gym obsessed. When I get back into the gym phase, the whole like gym thing, I'll probably be eating 13 eggs. Anyway, that's not the point. But that's how I was expressing myself. You know, that's how I'm expressing myself by going on that gym journey. You know, that was a core turning point in my life. Starting the gym, learning discipline, learning that there's more to life than just chicks and shit like that. So that's one thing I learned at that point in my life, and I was expressing myself in a way that reflected my change in mindset and reflected that I was gonna, you know, strive towards growing in a particular area, specifically my strength. I wasn't really physique orientated or anything like that, but I just wanted to be strong like my friend. I wanted to be like my friend. You know, he was kind, strong, very strong, and he taught me a lot about how to be a man. He was way older than me. He is way older than me, so maybe like by 3 or 4 years. So he was a grown ass man, bro. So he was teaching me about life and stuff. So that's I was just following by example, and obviously at some point, you know, I like my own thing. I'm gonna do my own thing, you know. Did my own thing, went my own way. And I was learning from more people, learning from other sources. And one interesting thing is that you don't just blindly go to one direction or blindly accept someone's beliefs, because beliefs at the end of the day is unique to the person, because they have that specific experience that caused them to have this belief. Beliefs aren't facts. They're only facts to the person who has the beliefs. And even at the end of the day, I wouldn't even entirely write them off as facts. Like, you can say that them being, it's like a half fact. And I say that to say in the Kabbalion, it teaches that all truths are but half truths. You know, that one truth to someone else can be false, entirely false to another person. That's literally how the world works. In religion, in cults, in experiences, beliefs, you know. So don't just take on someone else's experiences because you haven't experienced them yourself. This is why I don't buy into that whole cultish kind of movement, because testimonies are one thing that cults use to kind of herd people together. You know, oh, look at this person, they experienced this and that and that. I'm not gonna discard their experience entirely, like, but if I haven't experienced it, then that's basically got nothing to do with me, essentially. Unless like I look at that person and think I want to be like them, then that makes sense, you know what I mean? To kind of consider their experience slightly more like than others. Yeah, don't just blindly accept someone else's experiences. You have to experience things for yourself. It's a human experience, you know? So treat yourself right. Make sure that you love yourself, that you believe in yourself, that you give yourself the right beliefs. Because if your beliefs aren't serving you, then they're just there to control you. So if you want a good relationship with God, make sure you know yourself well, and that you and you are good, and there's no conflict there's going to be conflict between you and the old you, always, but make sure that it's not, that you don't hate your current self, because what you are right now is it and enough. Stay blessed.